Hey boys and girls, Jeff Dickinson here, talking about my arcade 1-up 12-in-1 Asteroid Centipede cabinet. Oh shoot, you know what? I should have started this before recording. I apologize. And please forgive the glare in the background. Killer. That does not get old. Every time I start this up, getting ready to play these old school games, I'm like, right on, man, let's go. That kind of rejuvenates me. All right, so basically, this is going to combine two of the arcade 1-up games I was thinking about getting. The Asteroids game had Asteroids, Major Havoc, Lunar Lander, and Tempest. That was $300, no riser. Centipede, Missile Command, Crystal Castles, and Millipede. That game was $300, no riser. And of course, this one being the 12-in-1, which includes a riser, also include Asteroids Deluxe, Quantum, Liberator, and Gravitar. So this is a 17-inch monitor. Like all of the games are 17 inches. Some of the games are vertical, screen. Some are horizontal. This was, vertical. And so what I'm going to do here is show you a little bit of the gameplay. That way you can see how it fits on the screen and how it looks. So I can give you my thoughts a little bit on it. Keep in mind, I'm going to be doing this one-handed, so I'm not going to be playing the game fully. But you'll be able to get an idea on how it looks. So basically you would take the roller ball and you could change games here, or you could use the spinner to change games. So it's up to you, but both works. So you would go and hit the A button here, and that would bring you up the menu on what to do for the buttons. And you'll hit player 1 to bring you into the game. Now, okay, let's talk about high scores. This game is maintaining my high scores. Turning it off, I unplugged it, plugged it back in, turned it back on, and it's maintaining it. I played this 3 times. I've really been getting into other games too, but this is one of my favorite games. But for some reason, when you got this and you got the other games, you tend to just go back when you get, into the zone. So basically, as you could tell, this is taking up the whole screen. You can go ahead and hit player 1 to get coin in there, and player 1 to start it. So you get to rotate here. Oh shoot. Like I said, I'm playing this one-handed, so please forgive me. If I hit anything. Oh well, that was a quick game. But anyway, you kind of get the gist. And I get to put my score in there, so there is your directions. So what you can do here is rotate A button. I'm going to put this little pitiful score here. And then you'll hit the C button to go to the next layer. Oh, and you go to the B button to back up. C button to enter. And B button to back up. Enter. So now I got that really pitiful score there. But as you can see, it's maintaining itself. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit player 1 to get out. Hold it down for 5 seconds. Goes to the main menu. Asteroids. Let's go ahead and hit A button to get in there. Tells you what to do here. Pretty cool. Especially for those guys who never played these old school games. It helps you out. It really plays well. And, the Asteroids Deluxe and Asteroids was killer games back in the day. Now, this particular one, I see there's no score here. You start playing, you get a score. Once you end it, that score transfers over. And, I don't remember if that's the way it was in the arcades, but I'm pretty sure it was because I don't remember putting my initials on this game. So let's go ahead and throw a quarter in there. And of course I'm going to do really, really bad playing one-handed. And you pretty much get the gist of it. Once again, just like the, Deluxe Asteroids, utilizing the whole screen. Okay, let's get out of here. Alright. Now, Major Havoc. I have never played that game in the arcade. So when I first got this to try out, I'm reading the directions and stuff. And I noticed when I started the game that, you know, it looks like you're trying to put your initials right here. It always starts up like that. I'm not sure if that's how it was in the arcades, but, you know, that's the way it is. And it goes into this little, you know, thing here. I'll let this run for a second. Tells you about the scores and all that. What means what. When you start the game, on the bottom right hand side, you can notice there is a little breakout game here. So I'm not sure if that's part of as you go on the levels. I'm using the spinner here to move it once, and it brings me to this screen here. So once again, since I have never played it before, not sure if this was part of a startup screen as well, or if you get to choose. But I notice if you spin it, you get to go back and forth. So let's go ahead and hit player 1 to get a coin in there. And let's start the game. You have to hit the A button to start this one. And see right here, there's the breakout. And you get to play it. But it's only for a few seconds, so I'm not sure that's going to be part of the gameplay. You gotta use the spinner to shoot. Bear with me, like I said. I want to get to there's another level after this, so I want to get to at least that. There you go. This is kind of funny. So now you're using the dial to land it. You got to land it between that white thing here. And now you're in this maze. So you're using the spinner to move left and right, and you got to follow the arrows here to get to the end. You got so much oxygen and all that. So that's how that's played. And of course, I'm going to stop right there because that gets to be pretty long at this point. What I'm trying to do is show you a little bit of the games here. All right, moving on. Quantum. This is a weird game. This is a tough game. So basically here, you are using the trackball to circle around these little floating dots. Kind of just like that. So let's go ahead and hit player 1 to start this game. I'm going to be trying to do this left-handed, so bear with me. Now, the other game was a whole using the whole screen. This one's utilizing just a portion of the screen. See how you got to be really super fast, and you got to meet your tail, and not crash into things. See if I do this one more time. Now, it's not gonna work out too well for Jeff here. All right, got one. So you get, that's how you get the little points here. I wonder if you get two of them together. No, that's not working out too well. All right, well, I'm calling it real at this point. There's scores here. I'm not that good at this because this is really a hard game. I have to play it some more to see, but the games here are not saving so many scores sometimes, and you know that's what I got. Okay, so this one you got to hit 2-player and hold down to get out of the game for 5 seconds. That's the only game here is Qualms. You got to hit the 2-player button for 5 seconds to get out. All the other games is 1-player. All right, Gravitar. And hit what player? Now this was it's kind of like Asteroids, where you're gotta use your thrust and your firing and thrust, and you're trying to avoid these things here. You're bouncing around. You can't go across the screen. That's the only thing. And just kind of wound up in a different level here, I think. There I am. I just need to kill this guy here. Oh, shoot. And of course, you know, start over again with 2 ships here. So I'm not going to torture you guys with this one. But this was utilizing the full screen as well. Alright, Tempest. My favorite game in the arcade, one of them. Only utilizing the middle part of the screen, but because it's all black, it blends in, and you really can't tell, you know. And the spinner, people were bitching about the spinner. Hey, look, it doesn't bother me. I mean, back in the day, it was like really heavy. You would take the spinner and spin it around and go all the way around. But, you know, it doesn't do that here. But you're quick enough. You move it around, you're firing. And, you know, it does the same stuff. So, you know, that's how it is. Now, with this, let me here. With this game here, you know, it does have high scores. You beat the high scores. I did so. And it's not saving it. So that's another game that doesn't save high scores. Let me go back. Missilecommand. Now, Missilecommand will use the whole screen. And it plays just like the arcade, just like the way I remember. And this was, you know, when I was a kid, you know, this was a hard game for me. As an adult, it still is a hard game for me. So, you know, once again, can't play this game really well one-handed, but you kind of get the gist of it. All right, let me go ahead and get out of here. All right. Centipede. Love this game. I've been playing this game more than I care to admit. I love this game. Once again, using the middle screen, black on the sides, blends in. You can't really tell. I played the Centipede, the designated cabinet, and basically it utilized, you know, being vertical. It looks the same to me. It's not squished or nothing, so I don't know, man. It's some people just want to see it in its original form, I guess. To me, this is its original form because it's not taking away the intent of the game. It just, you know, it's hard to describe, but basically, I love this game and it works for me. Once again, high scores, don't save. Bummer. Lunar Lander, a game I played a few times in the arcade. The object of the game here is to get your little ship that's right here, and you gotta land it on the designated points. Let me go ahead and put a coordinate here and let you see here. So basically, there's like 5 times if you land right here, 2 times here, and so forth. You get so much speed and stuff, and you got timer going, you got fuel going. So it's kind of boring to me, but hey, you know what? I might enjoy it later on. I played it, like I said, a couple of times in the arcade. It had this kind of like thing here. You would move up and down for it. So, you know, it's doesn't use buttons. Well, it used a button for, you know, thrust and whatnot, but that's how that played. But like I said, maybe I'll get into it. Millipede. Now, just like Centipede, you know, it's using the middle of the screen, left and right black. Thought I'd be like, hey, you know what? It'd be no problem. I like Millipede. Played it before. Let's go ahead. And here's what I noticed. So it cuts off right here. See the mushrooms here? See right here? So I don't remember it being like that in the arcade. And I'm thinking, well, I did play this in the designated cabinet of the Centipede. So basically, you know, maybe, you know, it's because of this way this is set. Not sure. But, you know, that's the only one that kind of, you know, it's okay. I mean, the right-hand side's not too bad. It's just the left. So, that's how that works out. And let me go ahead and get off here. So, between Millipede and Centipede, I'll be playing Centipede more often. Alright, Crystal Castles. Played this in the arcade. It's a real easy game to play. You're a bear. And you're collecting these dots on the using a roller ball. And you're trying to avoid those things. And you got a button to jump. And that's pretty much it. You have to excuse the zoom in and out. Come on. So you go too fast, you might miss a dot, I think. Like I said, it's been a minute. And these things try to... There you go. And you complete the round, move on to the next. And each level has different, you know, things. You collect different power-ups and whatnot. There's a honey pot. You're a bear. Just like Winnie the Pooh, you need your honey. You go over here and you collect it. And you get some points here. And basically that's how it is. So let's get out of here. And Liberator. This is like missilecommand. Here we go. So you're using the roller ball and you're firing. And you're firing at these things here to fly around. And then you start go into like this world thing here. So basically, you know, these things will start coming out, going after you. And you see, I mean, you're just flying around, just trying to destroy these things here before they destroy your stuff. You know? And that's how that plays. So let's get out of here. And that game, I mean, I've been playing it for a while. It's pretty cool. I mean, I can see myself really getting into it. And that wraps up all 12 games with a little bit of a gameplay. Once again, I do apologize for using one-handed trying to play it, but I just want you guys to get an idea on how the screen looks and how it looks. And the only game that I was totally just kind of bummed out about was Millipede. You know, how it cuts off on the left, but you know what? I've been playing it just as much as Centipede, and I like it. I mean, so it doesn't really... It's a bummer, but it's still playable. So that's it for me here. I hope you guys got your arcade 1-up, whatever cabinet you wanted. I'm enjoying it. I'm very grateful for my family and friends coming together for me, getting this for my birthday and Christmas gift. It's an expensive cabinet, the most expensive one the arcade 1-up released, but it's well worth it because of the games and the riser. So that'll do it for me. Hope you got something out of it. Or just kind of get a better understanding before you plunk down your $350. But that's it for me. I'm going to kick ass and hang out and play some old school arcade. Layers, guys.